welcome to ETStudios at the ETCIO Annual Conclave 2024. This is where we bring to you insightful conversations with the top leaders. I'm delighted to announce that we have Goda Ramkumar of Swiggy and Vijayant Rai, MD Snowflake India, joining us today. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Thank you for your time. And I'd love to start it off with AI, right? How do you see AI, especially Gen AI, being implemented in your industry?
Yeah. Uh, First of all, we are in the hyperlocal convenience industry. And for majority of the B2C companies who are directly interacting with customers, generative AI is kind of very impactful because it comes at the level where there is a boundary between a human and a app or a human and a human, right? So in our every interaction point with the customer, whether you're using the app or whether you're chatting with the customer care, all these interaction points will be touched with generative AI.
Absolutely, right. And now with this proliferation with of all these new technology, new applications, there's so much integration of technology to ensure that this tech is not existing in isolation. How do you view data consolidation?
So, I mean, if you look at data and like you said, I mean, there's the huge change which has happened in the past 12, 18 months is generative AI and that coming to the fore. So the one thing we are noticing is thanks to generative AI and the fact that see, AI has been there for a long time. What generative AI has done is it's made it accessible to people to get outputs very quickly. But we believe that to actually get and harness the power of generative AI, you need to have your data in the right place. So the headline from us is that there's no AI strategy unless you have a data strategy. So your data foundation needs to be really strong so you can harness the power of generative AI. And so for organizations, maybe enterprises or digital natives or all of them, we essentially propose or we go with a three tenant sort of way to look at data strategy. The first is to break silos, make sure you can get all your data in one place. You look at the governance of the data. The second big piece, and especially in traditional enterprises, not so much in digital natives because there's far more tech savvy, but in traditional enterprises, you also look at creating a data-driven culture, which is all about people, processes, and how do you actually get people on board to take advantage of data. And the third piece is to look at data monetization. Now, what we believe is that when you start bringing data to one place, you create sort of data gravity. And when gravity happens, it pulls things to itself, including generative AI and applications, which is the way and the philosophy of Snowflake that as a data platform, everything should come to the platform. And then we, apply AI on top of it or bring applications on top of it just to make sure that, you get the most out of data.
All right, now that we have Goda of Swiggy with us, I want to ask a question that everyone's curious about, right? From the moment I place an order on the app to my food getting delivered, what exactly goes on behind the scenes?
Actually, I think it starts before you start placing the order, right when you open the app, right from the point of being able to locate you to the point of recommending the right things, making sure if you're searching for something, we are retrieving, that right at the top for you. And then when you place order, setting the right expectation in terms of the time promise, then making sure the right delivery partner is there to deliver your order. Each point, I would say, there is an AI model running at the back end and making that happen for our customer. And it's more than a million predictions you make per second, right? So that's making
Wow,
that
million
happen.
predictions per second. That's a lot of data indeed, right? Now, you were talking about how AI is responsible for lots of that. Now, when it comes to AI and its impact for India and the world, how do you see it?
I think AI is going to be a massive force multiplier for India across industries, and a lot of our problems, and I would call them India scale of opportunities and problems will actually be addressed by AI. For a country of our scale and complexities which we have, the reach which AI can give, the kind of use cases which we can create for India and for Indians across citizen services, across commercial enterprises, across all kinds of things is unparalleled. It will be very difficult to do this in the traditional way of we are addressing issues and problems. So I think AI is going to be a massive force multiplier in terms of solving problems for India. We're already seeing what data can do. I mean, our DPG or digital public goods, which we have with Aadhaar and UPI and all of those, infrastructure you've developed, they're already solving massive problems, and that's at the back of huge amount of data. So what you can imagine is, as all of this comes together, the amount of data we have in different systems, and then applying AI on top of it for further outcomes, just gives us a multiplier effect there. So in my mind, for a country of our size and complexity, AI is going to be a very, very big differentiator.
Absolutely, and a very big game changer as well. Now, when it comes to the future of data and Gen AI, how do you see that?
I think one thing is what has happened so far with data and AI is it was limited to a smaller set of people who are making it happen. With generative AI, that has just democratized it so much that now whoever is creative enough to build the right use case for the end user is able to make it happen, right? And now you can have conversations with data in natural language, which means many more people can make data driven decisions. So I think that wave is gonna just, make the impact that data can have for businesses 10x, right?
And how is Snowflake enabling Indian enterprises, to stay ahead?
So I think the big thing we bring to the table is quick time to value. What we try and enable is organizations get the maximum out of the data they have. They are able to have an outcome-based approach. They can deliver use cases quickly and more effectively. And the other thing is, Shilpa, if you notice, is data is not going to come down in terms of volumes. It's just going to increase exponentially. We provide a cloud-based platform which is unlimited in terms of capacity and elasticity, in terms of what you can bring onto it, and then you actually utilize different technologies, AI, ML, all of that on top of it to deliver use cases. So a very unique value proposition is this is a SaaS-based platform. So time to value is very quick, and then of course the other aspect is security, because I mean as we add data and we're doing a lot more use cases, we're going India scale with so many things. The key aspect to look at is, are we looking at the consent regime? Are we looking at the PIIs, aspects, etc.? And we are very clear as a platform. We believe that everything stays within the platform in terms of the data there, and then we bring different technologies so the data doesn't go out. It stays in one platform, and then you can harness the power of that using different things like you mentioned, AI, ML, generative AI on top of it.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. With that, it's a wrap on this conversation. And thank you for joining us in the studio today. And for more such insights, remember to keep tracking ET Studios at the ETCIO Annual Conclave 2024.